If you're thinking about the Yamaha Audio A-S301BL and expecting a flawless audiophile experience, you might want to hit pause. But here's what surprised me right out of the gate. It's not all smooth sailing with this receiver. Most online reviews sing praises, but I've uncovered some quirks and problems that could mess with your listening pleasure and setup. Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn might change the way you think about this amplifier forever. At first glance, Yamaha's AS301BL promises excellent sound quality wrapped in a sleek, minimal design. It boasts digital inputs, analog options, plus a subwoofer output, all packed into a 21-pound chassis for just under $360. Sounds impressive, right? But if you jump straight to the hype, you might miss some essential details that could influence your purchase and your ears, wondering who this amplifier is really for. If you're someone who loves crisp, clear sound but also needs flexible connectivity for different sources, whether it's vinyl, digital streaming, or even gaming, this Yamaha might seem like your dream partner. Yet there's more beneath the surface. I'll break down what works, what doesn't, and whether it's truly good value for the price. Plus, I'll share a couple of funny moments I had during testing. Spoiler alert. One of those moments involves me trying to convince my cat she's not an audio expert. Let's dive into the heart of the Yamaha AS301BL. On paper, it's loaded with features. You get digital coax and optical inputs, allowing you to hook up TV, CD players, or DACs easily. Analog inputs include a phono stage for vinyl lovers, which is a thoughtful touch, because who doesn't love a record scratch or two? There's also support for two sets of speakers, A and B, as well as the option for both A and B simultaneously, including a subwoofer output for that deep bass thump. Here's the thing though, the sound quality is generally crisp and clean with decent power output. The unit puts out 60 watts per channel at 8 ohms, enough to fill a medium-sized room without distortion at moderate volumes. The clarity on highs and mids is very Yamaha, meaning smooth, balanced tones, perfect for jazz, rock, or classical. But bass heads might feel a bit underwhelmed unless they add an external subwoofer, which Yamaha thankfully supports. Now here's where the plot thickens. Despite its strong sound fundamentals, the AS301BL has a couple of design and usability hiccups. The remote control, for example, feels almost like a retro relic, basic and flimsy, lacking any backlight or intuitive design. Considering how much tech goes into the amplifier itself, it's puzzling they didn't spend a bit more on the remote. Also, the input selection button can be slightly cumbersome in low-light situations, since the display isn't exactly bright. It's like trying to find the TV remote under the couch. You might drop a few swear words in the process. Oh, speaking of quirks, during my test play, I accidentally tried to connect my phone via Bluetooth only to realize this model doesn't have Bluetooth built in. That's right. Despite the BL, in the name hinting at Bluetooth, Yamaha actually omitted this feature in the US version. You're going to need an external adapter if wireless music streaming is your game. So if you bought this expecting seamless Bluetooth streaming, welcome to the club of disappointment. But before you start thinking this amp's a complete dud, let me share why it still might be perfect for some of you. If you're a vinyl enthusiast yearning for that authentic analog sound, the built-in phono preamp is a real winner. Plus, the amplifier's sturdy metal casing and classic Yamaha styling look premium and robust on your entertainment shelf. I half expected it to start brewing coffee or something. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Another twist: power consumption. This baby isn't the most energy-efficient device on the market, which means your electric bill could give you a mini heart attack after a late-night jam session. But hey, at least you'll have killer sound while opening an envelope from the energy company. Now, moving on to connectivity again. The AS301BL supports both optical and coaxial digital inputs, perfect for plugging in CD players, TVs, or even gaming consoles. It also features speaker terminals for 2 pairs of speakers, with the option to power both simultaneously. This means you could, theoretically, set up one speaker system downstairs and another in the living room, ideal for some serious party planning or confusing your guests about where the music's coming from. But, and I've got to emphasize this, the amplifier doesn't support any wireless multi-room features or app control, so don't expect to be jamming to your playlists from your phone without a mess of cables or adapters. In 2024, that's a letdown when competitors feature sleek app interfaces, voice commands, and wireless streaming baked right in. At this point, you might be wondering if the AS301BL is even worth it at $359.77 with a 4.6-star average rating on Amazon. It's an interesting mix. The high rating reflects that many users do enjoy the sound quality and reliability, but reviewers often mention the lack of Bluetooth and basic remote control as drawbacks, plus some report minor hum issues with certain speaker setups. So it's a trade-off between classic audio quality and modern convenience. Here's a pro tip. If you own a turntable and want an affordable, solid-sounding amplifier that won't break the bank, Yamaha's AS301BL should be on your shortlist. However, don't expect high-tech smart features or wireless magic. You might joke your Alexa to find some tunes while you fiddle with wires and adapters. Before we wrap this review, let's talk about setup. The Yamaha doesn't require rocket science to get running. Hook up your speakers, connect your preferred input with the digital or analog ports, and you're almost there. The knob controls are tactile and responsive, a feeling you rarely get from touch-based systems. Do be mindful of the speaker wire gauge. Since the amp pushes modest wattage, thinner wires can affect performance. If you're a newbie, just trust me on this and go for decent cable thickness. It's like using a garden hose versus a straw to water your stereo sound garden. In summary, the Yamaha Audio A-S301BL delivers on classic amp promises. Solid sound quality, flexible analog and digital inputs, and robust build. It's ideal for users who prize a straightforward, no-nonsense amplifier, especially vinyl collectors who cherish the built-in phono input. That said, if you're craving wireless Bluetooth streaming, smart control, or futuristic features, this amp might leave you feeling like you just brought a horse to a drone race. Remember, technology is advancing fast, and while this Yamaha stays true to its roots, it might not satisfy every modern audiophile's itch. Still, think of it as that reliable friend who doesn't text back instantly but always shows up with good advice and great tunes. So is the Yamaha AS301BL a deal-breaker or a diamond in the rough? Honestly, it depends on your priorities. If sound purity and analog compatibility top your list, this amp is a worthy contender. If convenience and wireless streaming matter more, look elsewhere or budget for additional gear. And now, for the inevitable, why don't audiophiles ever argue about tone? Because they like to keep things sound and not sound off * corny, but true. Also, why did the speaker break up with the amplifier? It felt it just wasn't the right connection. Laugh it off, but investing in an amplifier with limited wireless options means sometimes you have to rewire your patience. In conclusion, the Yamaha Audio A-S301BL is a solid, reliable amplifier with a few noticeable quirks. It shines brightest for vinyl lovers and those who don't mind plugging in cables over tapping apps. The sound output is clean and musical, the build quality impressive, but the omission of Bluetooth and the basic remote leave room for improvement. Prices can fluctuate rapidly, so if you're considering grabbing the Yamaha AS301BL, check the latest deals on Amazon by clicking the link in the description below. Don't wait too long. The best offers don't stick around forever. Whether you're building your first audiophile setup or upgrading an existing system, make sure this amp fits your style, tech needs, and budget. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope this review helped you decide if the Yamaha Audio A-S301BL A 1BL is right for you. Happy listening.